Travel back with us to the time of knights and castles, the 11th century, an era defined by chivalry and warfare. Imagine a world where honor, courage, and loyalty were the cornerstones of a man's character. A time when the clashing of steel echoed across the vast fields of Europe, and mighty fortresses stood as symbols of power and authority. This was the 11th and 12th centuries, a period in history that saw the rise of the age of chivalry. During this time, Europe was a patchwork of fiefdoms, kingdoms, and empires, each vying for power and dominance. The concept of chivalry, a code of conduct for knights, began to take shape. Knights were expected to uphold these ideals, demonstrating prowess in battle, showing courtesy towards all, and dedicating their sword to the service of their lord and the church. Meanwhile, in the Holy Land, a series of religious wars, known as the Crusades, were unfolding. These holy wars, initiated by the Catholic Church, were aimed at reclaiming Jerusalem and other Christian holy sites from Muslim control. Knights from across Europe heeded the call, journeying to the Holy Land to fight in the name of their faith. In response to the tumultuous times, knightly orders began to form. These were groups of knights who banded together under a common cause or patron. Among the most famous of these orders were the Knights Templar, who dedicated themselves to the protection of Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. This was a time of great change, a time of conflict and transformation. Amidst the chaos and the chivalry, the wars and the worship, certain individuals rose to prominence. Men who, through their actions and their ideals, left an indelible mark on the pages of history. One such man was Godfrey de Saint Omer. In this time of turmoil and transformation, a man named Godfrey de Saint Omer emerged to leave his mark on history. Godfrey de Saint Omer, a name that resonates through the annals of knighthood, was born into a noble family in the county of Flanders. His lineage was steeped in nobility, tracing back to the illustrious House of Alsace. His father, Hugh, was a respected figure, known for his valor and fortitude. His mother, Oda, was a woman of virtue and wisdom. Their influence would shape Godfrey into the man he would become, a man destined for great deeds. Godfrey's upbringing was typical of a noble child of the time. He was nurtured in the ways of chivalry and taught the importance of honor, loyalty, and courage. These were the virtues that would guide him throughout his life, the ideals that would define his character. But there was more to Godfrey's early life than just lessons in chivalry. His family had deep connections to the Crusades. His uncle, Baldwin of Bologna, was one of the leaders of the First Crusade and would later become the King of Jerusalem. Godfrey was a young boy when his uncle set off on this holy mission, but the tales of bravery and valor that returned with him left a lasting impression. Godfrey's exposure to chivalric ideals and the Crusades at such a young age sparked an unquenchable desire within him. He yearned to follow in his uncle's footsteps, to fight for the cause that was so dear to his family's heart. His passion was not only for the thrill of battle, but also for the pursuit of virtue and the defense of the Christian faith. The journey of Godfrey de Saint Omer from a young boy of noble lineage to a knight of the Temple was fueled by these early experiences. His upbringing, his familial connections, and the ideals he was taught all played a crucial role in shaping his destiny. A noble by birth, Godfrey was destined for a life of chivalry and warfare. Like many of his contemporaries, Godfrey was drawn to the Holy Land, a journey that would shape his destiny. Godfrey de Saint Omer, a man of valor and conviction, found himself swept up in the wave of the First Crusade. The call to liberate Jerusalem from the Seljuk Turks resonated deeply within him. It wasn't just about religious fervor, but a chance to embark on an adventure, a chance to prove himself in the crucible of battle. Godfrey's journey to the Holy Land was fraught with peril, but he remained undeterred. He trekked through treacherous terrains, battled ferocious foes, and endured the harsh desert climate. Yet he pressed on, driven by his unshakable faith and a burning desire to fulfill his mission. When he finally set foot in the Holy Land, it was as if he had stepped into a different world. The golden domes, the bustling markets, the scent of exotic spices hanging in the air, it was all so alien yet strangely captivating. But amidst the beauty, the tension was palpable. Jerusalem was a city under siege, a city waiting for its liberators. Godfrey was among the leaders during the siege of Jerusalem. His role was crucial, his courage unwavering. He led his men with a fierce determination, undeterred by the formidable city walls or the fierce resistance they encountered. The siege was brutal and bloody, but after weeks of relentless fighting, Jerusalem was finally liberated. But instead of returning home, basking in the glory of his victory, Godfrey made a decision that surprised many. He chose to stay in the Holy Land. He saw a greater purpose, a higher calling. This was not the end of his journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. He was no longer just Godfrey de Saint Omer, the knight. He was now Godfrey de Saint Omer, the crusader, the protector of the Holy Land. Godfrey's experiences in the Holy Land were transformative, setting the stage for his most significant contribution. In the aftermath of the First Crusade, Godfrey de Saint Omer and his compatriot Hugues de Payens established an order that would become legendary, the Knights Templar. Godfrey, a nobleman from northern France, had an ambition that extended beyond the realms of mere earthly conquest. Together with Hugues, he envisioned a holy brotherhood of knights, united in their dedication to the Christian faith and the protection of pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. This was the genesis of the Knights Templar, an order that would leave an indelible mark on the pages of history. Godfrey de Saint Omer's role within the Templars was pivotal. He was not merely a co-founder, but also one of the driving forces behind the order's mission. The Templars were to be warrior monks, living by a strict code known as the Rule, which governed every aspect of their lives, from their vows of poverty and chastity to their martial training. Godfrey's dedication to the order was absolute. He lived and breathed the principles of the Knights Templar, setting a shining example for his brothers. His leadership was instrumental in shaping the order's character, instilling in it a fierce dedication to their mission and a deep sense of brotherhood. Under Godfrey's watchful eye, the Knights Templar flourished. They gained the support of the church and the nobility. Their ranks swelled with new recruits, and their influence spread across Europe and the Holy Land. Their red cross emblazoned on a white mantle became a symbol of their power and commitment, a beacon to the faithful and a terror to their enemies. It's impossible to overstate the impact Godfrey de Saint Omer had on the Templars. His leadership, his dedication, and his vision shaped the order, defining it in ways that would resonate throughout the centuries. Godfrey was more than just a knight. He was a visionary, a leader, and a true knight of the Temple. Under Godfrey's guidance, the Knights Templar rose to become one of the most powerful organizations of the medieval world. Godfrey de Saint Omer's impact extends far beyond his lifetime. This noble from Flanders, who rose to become a co-founder of the Knights Templar, left an indelible mark on the canvas of history. The legacy of Godfrey de Saint Omer is intimately entwined with the enduring influence of the Knights Templar, an order that shaped the course of the Middle Ages and beyond. The Knights Templar, an organization co-founded by Godfrey, were a fundamental force during the Crusades. They were the tip of the spear, so to speak, of the Christian forces, embodying the chivalric ideals of the age. Their bravery and tactical acumen on the battlefield were legendary. But perhaps even more significantly, they played a crucial role in the establishment of a network of safe travel routes across Europe and the Holy Land, a precursor to modern transnational infrastructure. But the Knights Templar were not just warriors, they were also financiers. Their wealth was vast and their financial acumen unparalleled. They established an innovative system for transferring money and credit, effectively creating an early form of banking. This economic prowess enabled them to fund multiple crusades and build a financial empire that spanned continents. The mystique of the Knights Templar, however, is perhaps their most enduring legacy. The order's secretive nature, coupled with their immense wealth and power, has fueled countless legends and conspiracy theories. From the Holy Grail to the Ark of the Covenant, the Templars have been linked to some of history's greatest mysteries. This fascination with the Knights Templar continues to captivate the world, with their story being retold in books, films, and television series. From a noble in Flanders to a co-founder of the Knights Templar, Godfrey de Saint Omer's life is a testament to the extraordinary times in which he lived. His legacy is a testament to the power of vision, courage, and unwavering resolve, and continues to inspire us today.